What's going on YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome back for another episode of Cities Skylines. Most of you guys caught my scissor interchange tutorial, and that actually was inspired by one of the interchanges in this city. So I decided to make the exact same one right over here on the corner of our city. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the time lapse. Beautification is yet to come. But that's about what that looks like. So hopefully it'll work out in our favor and not get too congested over here in this particular area. And the interchange that inspired it is this little guy right over here. Not quite as symmetrical because we're on a little bit of an angle over here. But nevertheless, we've turned this into this one. This one right over here. But alright, let's go ahead and check in with our 619 residents at the moment, and golly, we are having some power issues already. So that we're actually going to solve temporarily with a couple more of these guys. And these guys are upset, but that's okay. And these guys are sick from all the noise that the wind turbines are putting out. Which, you know what? For now, you guys are just gonna have to live with it. We do have a pretty high demand for residential. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is zone just a little bit more. Look at all these folks walking around. They even got a dog. So we'll go ahead and kind of zone over here a little bit, and then we'll get to another part of the city that we're going to design. Alright, I think that that should be okay for now. We might as well fill in this this little bit red here as well. And if you guys can notice, I have a little bit of a raspy voice. I think I'm actually getting over it, or it's starting a little cold or something. Here in Colorado, it's flu season. Hopefully I didn't catch one of those. But alright, we're gonna leave that as it is. These guys are complaining about not enough workers. Hey, that's okay. Why don't we just add more? More for them to worry about. How about that? There we go. We'll leave it just like that for now. I'm sure a couple of these are gonna get abandoned, but that's 100% normal. I've noticed when you're starting with a city with unlimited money. But alright, I did want to come back over here to this area. If you guys remember, we did try to place a couple of buildings over here. Didn't quite turn out as I had planned. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to make a small mom and pop farm. So we do have just a little bit of farming land right there. We're going to utilize that to its full potential. So something like that. And we're even going to come down here and give these nice folks some property to own. So this right here is going to be a little area of its own designated for farming. So we do have one over here. We do have an additional one right over here. So privately owned farms is what we're having here in this city. Two small ones and one rather large one over here. So that's kind of what I've decided to do there to fill in the area. Over here, now the idea here is to also build a small residential community, and we are gonna go ahead and do that. So I don't want to leave the space empty, and I also don't want to put in any more industrial over here. One, I don't think we're gonna need quite quite that much for this size of a city. And we have this area over here to play with, a little bit over here. No idea what's going to go here yet. And then this big old spot right here. So if you guys have any ideas of what you think should go in these blank spaces, please feel free to share. That way it'll give me something to go off, right? Make me not think quite as much. And this over here, by no means is going to be a very big community. Just a couple of houses here and there. I haven't really quite decided for what kind of a feel I want to have in this particular community here. I work in Commerce City here in Colorado, and it's actually truck central where I work. So all the warehouse and everything is located there. So in the mornings when I'm getting to work, it's me and a whole bunch of semis, right? So we got everything from box trucks to 53-foot trailers, to hot shots, to flatbeds, cement trucks, everything, absolutely every kind of truck is passing by in that area. It's actually quite unique to see all those big rigs just doing their own thing. Let's go ahead and provide these guys with water as well, since we are here. There we go, something like that. We're gonna cut through here a little bit. There we go. Perfect, and let's extend this one. Oh, just to about there. All right, I think that'll look just a-okay. Maybe, just maybe, if we want to use our imagination, this could be like a trailer park. Yeah, let's say that's what that's going to be. It's going to be a little secluded trailer park in our city. So while this area is still developing, what I want to do is make a district over up here, since this is the first thing that we're zoning. So if you guys recall, I'm not sure if it's like this on PlayStation, but I know it is on Xbox. We used to have districts that snap to the road. So as you guys can see here, that is no longer the case. So we cannot snap to the road anymore. So it makes it just a little bit more difficult to draw a really nice looking district with straight lines and snap to the roads and whatnot. So we're just gonna have to depend on a steady hand and see if we can't make it work. It's working. Just not maybe not quite as nice as I would like it to be. So we'll go ahead and we'll draw in this complete district. The common trend on YouTube is to name districts after subscribers. So I'm actually gonna hop on that wagon, and I will start naming these districts after you guys, my subscribers. So I've got a couple names picked out already. We'll get to those here just as soon as I finish up the district. I do have a name for this district already. We're actually gonna include the the schools and the football field as well, the American football field. And this district right here is let me see if I can't figure out how to name these. I believe districts. There it is, right there. So first one is going to be let me read it here, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but it's going to be the Niels Bannock Hill. So Niels Bannock, you are getting your very own district in this series. So let's go ahead and get into that. Niels. Bannock, and then Niels Bannock Hill. And there we go. Our very first district. Congratulations to Niels Bannock, and thank you for being a subscriber. Down here, as I predicted, we are having some abandoned buildings. This is going to fix itself. That is absolutely of no worry to me at the moment. I did want to move down over here to this area regarding districts and draw in, not erase, but draw in a district. And we're going to have 2 districts down here. And I'm really hoping that that the new update, when it comes out, fixes this this snapping, so I can come back and fix these districts, just to make sure that that they look nice. But we're gonna have here, down here, it's going to be leisure area, and then up here is going to be tourism. So if you guys recall, in one of the previous episodes, I mentioned that I did want to have some taller buildings up here. Currently in the game, the tourism buildings are or seem to be the tallest buildings in the game itself. So that's kind of how we're gonna have this. Oh, come on! What are you doing to me? That's kind of how we're gonna have this divided right here. So we're gonna have the high density buildings up top, and then we're gonna have the leisure buildings down here. And I do have names for these as well. The leisure district is going to be named after Paul Williams. So let's go ahead and select Oak Park. We're gonna rename that. Those are going to be Paul Williams Keys. So let me go ahead and write that in. And Paul, there's no way that I can mispronounce mispronounce your name. Paul Williams. Paul Williams Keys. There we go. Alright, and up here we are going to have, so it's going to be a tourism area, so we're gonna have the Sander Bannock Resorts. I believe it is Sander Bannock. Let me double check that real quick. So it's actually Sander Bannock. Sander Bannock. So let's go ahead and rename this one as well. Sander There we go. Sander Bannock Resort is going to be right above the Paul Williams Keys. So, thank you guys again for being subscribers and for watching the videos, and also thank you for commenting. I found that that these three folks that have got their districts do comment a lot on the videos and put in suggestions. So I really do appreciate that. Alright, now that we're back in this area, I'm actually quite tired of these guys complaining about all this noise. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna relocate these wind turbines just a little bit further away from these nice folks here. So we're gonna do something like that. Let's see if power has made it over, and it actually has. It has right there. Let's check in on the noise pollution. I think we should be okay. Oh, there we go. That one disappeared already. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead. While we're at it, we're gonna activate the basketball court and the football field. Whole lot of happy faces. And down here, we're still having a little bit of issue with not enough workers, which again is going to fix itself. We're gonna continue zoning here. I'm actually gonna put the game on 3 speed so it fills up a little bit quicker, and we'll see what these houses are gonna turn out to look like, right? So maybe a small one there, and we're not gonna do anything there. We can zone this this particular block right here. A little bit more commercial won't hurt. My goal is to get this area filled out and then move on to a different part of the city. And what was quite weird to me is when I placed the blimp depot here, these guys actually got a little bit upset. I thought that placing a mass transit, or not mass transit, but a transit option for this area would they would be happy about it. But there was some unhappy faces, which I was kind of surprised to see. And I think in the future, once everything gets connected, we're gonna get rid of these wind turbines or windmills, whatever you want to call them. Because I think at the moment we have too many of them. Don't want to. Well, I'll let you guys know. I'm actually thinking about reworking this whole area here for better access. So the industrial area or the oil fields area, for better access, for easier transport. I haven't quite yet decided if I want to for sure to redesign it. I know I'm gonna leave the highway and this right here the way it is, but I'm thinking about redesigning it before we start mass zoning the industrial area there. So we'll probably do something in the future, just not in this episode. And it's starting to look really nice. Well, that's kind of odd. I'll zone that and see what happens if anything actually pops up. And what about this this square over here? That's got to be a glitch, but I'm quite curious to see if anything actually zones in there. There we go. We're just gonna kind of cover up this this whole area here with residential. I don't want to go this far. And this road here, so there's going to be a couple of houses alongside there. So remember, I'm only zoning in the areas where there's a road with grass. As I mentioned before, I'm not zoning anything that up here in this area at the very least that doesn't have grass right next to it, or on that particular road, say. There we go. I think we should be just a-okay for now. This area is starting to calm down just a little bit. I'm not gonna zone. I'm not gonna zone too much down here. Oh, I do like to see that these folks are actually using these pathways. It's really cool. I think a little bit more decoration over here with trees and whatnot is gonna do the area some serious good.
Carb up with yakisoba, the noodle masters. No matter what stage.
And we're gonna go ahead and activate the train station as well. Let's make sure that it has power. I think it should. Yep. How about water? Water is good as well. So this will help our residents move in. And look at that, we're actually at 1,600 population in the city as of right now.
Hello, I'm Al at Cities Radio, and I just wanted to thank you for taking a break from listening to all the other sounds of the city.
And there we go. The abandoned buildings are being zoned.
Right here on Cities Radio. We'll be playing the best music from around the globe.
But yeah, as I mentioned, if you guys are having any issues with starting a city and then not enough workers, I mean, really the simple solution to that is zone more residential, and they'll get filled up. Same thing with this building right here. As you can see, it's level 2. Level 2 require higher educated citizens. We're a fresh city, fresh town, if you want to call it. Not a lot of people have an education yet, so once you get into these higher level buildings, they're going to require more educated citizens. And if there aren't none in the city, you get these icons that pop up until your Sims get or Sims, if you want to call them, until they get educated and get into these jobs. That's really all there is to it. Aside from the fact that you do have to have some schools provided for them so they can actually attend.
Will only be distributed at the end of your visit. That way you can enjoy it wherever you want.
But alright guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments box below about what we might place in this area here, as well as possibly over here in these areas. Let me know if you have any ideas. Let's check in on our newest interchange here, and wow, crickets. Nothing going on there. Well, I'm sure once we zone this area a little bit more, we'll get more action over there on that side. So again, thank you guys for watching. As always, be the best that you can be in everything that you do. See you next time.